In Chicago, man. Is this your first time in Windy City?
It's my first time in a long time, ever since I was younger, like younger. I played basketball, so yeah.
I'm getting into the basketball stuff too, you know. Yeah. So for y'all at home just joining us right now, it's Cody Mack here. What's the word? First interview of 2021.
Bless. Fresco Trey, baby. Out of Memphis.
Fresco Trey, fresh out of Memphis, man.
Let's get it.
So
let's do it.
All right. So my interviews is not more so typical interviews. I know most interviews they ask you the basic questions. This is more of a conversation. You know, I just want to get the people to get to know you, and I want to get to know you as a person. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I know the first question everybody asks you, where you get your name, right? Mm-hmm. So I know where you got your name from. You know, high school. You know, Spanish class, right? So it means cool and fresh in Spanish, Espanol, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What made you pick that name? Like, what made you go with it?
So, you know, I felt like it fit me. You know, I felt like I was cool. I felt like I was too cool for school sometimes, and I felt like, you know, I could get fresh when I wanted to. So I just felt like, you know, it was me. It had me written all over it. So in high school, I just was like, all right, I'm gonna take it, and you know, I'm gonna use it for like my friend group. My friend group, we was all kind of the same. We just joked. It was cool, like playful. So I was just like, hey, y'all, look, we can use this and just make it something that people know us for. Like, you know, we go out somewhere, they be like, hey, yeah, this is Fresco, them. You know, them the Fresco guys, and it kind of went that way. And then after that, I decided to go into music, and then I just was like, you know what, I might as well just keep it. People know me as that now. It was my Instagram name. I had everybody else putting their Instagram name as that. People I didn't even know they was switching their Instagram name to. So I was like, it's a wave. Let me just keep it. And I did, and people just gravitated to it, and it's been working for me.
What year in high school was when you decided to do that?
What year?
Yeah.
It was ninth grade. My first 2014, ninth grade.
Wow, I said 2014 was ninth grade. It made me feel old. So ninth grade, you create this wave, you create this clique. When did you decide to start rapping?
So I decided to take it serious 2018, right when I graduated. I always had like a feel for it, you know, a love for it. My sister, she does music. I was always freestyling all the time. When I was in second grade, when I was at 2 years old, I won a talent show. I don't even know how, I don't remember, but I got a trophy for it. So, you know, I always had a love for it. But 2018 is when I was like, I'm gonna take it serious and try to push forward with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so your sister, speaking on your sister, you say your sister is the reason why you started making music, right? So she kind of pushed you into making music, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Like, take us through that. Like, what was that like?
So I think when I was like in 11th grade, she kind of like, she would drag me to a studio with her, and I would like help like write some stuff on her songs, just like throwing ideas here and there. Mm-hmm. And then 12th grade, she like paid for like 2 of my first sessions, and she just paid for it and she left, and I was nervous as hell. Cause I never been in that space by myself, and I wasn't comfortable with letting people like with doing it like that. I just freestyle from my friends, but I wasn't comfortable like that. So she left on purpose and made me like actually be in there and just work. And you know, my first 2 songs came out, and when I put them on SoundCloud, people like, I think it had like both of them had like 20,000 plays a piece. And I mean, it's not a lot, but it was just like for somebody who, you know, who just started, and it went quick. And I was like, dang. And I love doing it. It felt so natural to me. So I was just like, yeah, this is where I need to be. You know what I'm saying? Just, when I was doing it, I felt like nothing else mattered, you know? So I was like, yeah, this is for me right here.
What was your first 2 songs?
My first 2 songs was one called Lonely. And my sister was on that. She sung on that after I had completed the song. She went back and like sung at the beginning of it just to fill it in. And my second one was called Came Up. I did with my cousin. It was a feature on it, and that was like one of the first songs people kind of like really like mess with, you know. But yeah.
So I'm a firm believer as people, the youth, especially high schoolers, got a huge advantage in music these days, because I feel like you're around your peers, you're around your listeners, so it's easier to market to people, to get people to gravitate towards you. Did you feel like that was an advantage for you because you already created a wave?
You know, I don't. you know, here and there, because at the time, you know, when I was in school or something. Okay, I would say yes, because when I was in school, you know, it was because, you know, you had other. Now at my school, when I was like going and try to like get people to listen to my songs at my school, they would look at me and laugh. You know, they would look at me and be like, and just like, you know, just rub it off and just take it for a joke because they knew me. You know, right. I didn't start till 11th grade, so they knew me. You know what I'm saying? They knew me as a, you know, so I was playful. So they kind of just like took it for a joke. But when other schools heard it, and, you know, I would go to like football games. Friday night, my brother played football. I would go to the games and pass my cards out. And I tell them, I go to St. Benedict. All right, they were like, okay, yeah, I'm checking it out. And they was showing love. You know, I had other schools loving my stuff. Like, I was in 12th grade performing at other people's high school, you know what I'm saying, events, you know, like their proms and their dances and stuff like that, because, you know, I was in high school too, and they liked it. But it took my school longer to come around with my music than it did for other schools. So to answer your question, I think that it helped a lot. Being in high school and just being around my peers, I think that helped for sure.
You said you was passing out cards, man. That's the Stone Age, right? You passing out cards. Like,
yeah, my pops got me on it. We were passing out cards, CDs, CDs.
And what year was this?
This is 2017, 2018.
I don't think I've seen a CD since like 2013.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We was grinding for real. Okay. We was really doing it. Like, we was traveling, like passing them things out. We was making them ourselves, doing everything. We was grinding.
So what were people doing with those CDs when you gave it to them?
Who knows? They got them though. Who knows? They got them.
You ain't never did you ever get like any pushback from people like hating on you when you was passing out your stuff?
Yeah, for sure. Like, it was times where like we'll go like a football game or something, I'd pass them out, and by the time I circle back around, I see them on the ground in the garbage. You know, but you know, my dad prepared me for that. Let's just say that, because at first I was like, man, what? But then, you know, I'm like, it come with it. It's a numbers game. You know, you got to get out 100,000 CDs for 10,000 people to hear you. So it's like, I'm good with it now. So it's like, I tell all my young people that, you know, who first started, I'm like, Trey, how you know what I'm saying? How you do that? I'm like, bro, it's a numbers game, bro. You gotta be patient. It's gonna be heartaches, and it's gonna be great. I mean, it's gonna be good times. You just gotta push through it and keep going. Like, that's all it's about. That's what you signing up for.
Man, shout out to Pops for that, because that's good motivation. I don't know what I'd do if I just see all my CDs on the ground.
Yeah.
Because I know kids is cruel, man. They probably throw it at you, all type of shit.
Yeah. The youth honest for sure.
Yeah.
The youth is going to keep it real with you. So you got to have tough skin to get through it.
I think you just touched on something right there that I don't think a lot of people understand. When it comes to breaking music, understanding music, like how important it is to capture the youth. And you say the youth is honest. Like, so once you was accepted by your peers, did they give you the motivation like, yo, I can do this? Because if they fucking with me, I know the rest of the world will fuck with me.
When not even gonna lie, yeah, but no, because at the same time I knew that, you know, like I said, I would go back to my pops all the time. You got rappers, now I ain't even gonna say that, but like, if you got something, you know what I'm saying, you got a mindset for it, no matter what, I feel like no matter if it's good or bad, if you push it enough into people's face and make them listen to it and make them see it, they gonna like it. It's just like if you hear a song on the radio that you really don't like the first time you hear it, the radio gonna keep playing it. They gonna keep playing it. Then you can be like, you know what? Then you gonna find yourself singing that song. Be like, how I even know this? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I never really look for acceptance in my peers. I just, you know what I'm saying, it was like, you know what? I'm gonna make them like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make them hear this. I'm gonna keep sending my link to them. You know, I never want to do that. If I sent my link to you and you didn't respond to it, I was like, man, forget them. But my dad, he like, bro, you gotta keep sending them. You gotta keep feeding them. Because, you know, eventually they friend gonna be like, hey, bro, this Trey song, this Fresco song, good. Then be like, dang, he did send me that. Let me listen to it. Or like, you know what I'm saying, let me check it out. You gotta keep feeding them. Like, I never look for acceptance for other people. So, you know, when I don't know who all accept me right now. I just know that, you know, my music has been touching people, and and whoever I can touch with my music, I'm trying to do that to the fullest extent. You know.
I mean, it's doing something when you get 300,000 views and 300,000 streams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On play.
Yeah.
on different platforms. So that's just Spotify. When you talking about YouTube, I can't even see what the Apple numbers looking like.
It's crazy.
So it's like it's touching somebody and it's getting out there. So you're doing your thing on that.
Sure.
I wanted to we just spoke on performing. So and getting that acceptance from people. The March Madness joint. When you perform that, like take us through that, cause that's something everybody can't do that.
Yeah, it was really crazy. It was crazy. It was a great experience. It was a great experience. You know, it was kind of you had a lot of nerves there. You know, it was a big crowd. You had other people like Lil Baby, Future, Moneybagg, Dolph. Everybody performed there, so it was kind of like, dang, like I'm able to perform before these people. It was kind of cool. I don't know, it was just a surreal moment for real, because like Lil Baby, that's one of my favorite artists, Future. I grew up listening to him, and it was kind of just like crazy. And you know, not gonna lie, I didn't expect people to know the song. You know, when we went out there, you had some people singing, not the whole crowd, but you had people, you know what I'm saying, singing the parts with it. So it was kind of like, dang. Like,
what song did you perform?
It was a song called Fresco Style that I did like probably like 2 years ago, with me, my cousin, and my sister. And that was like one of the first songs that got me some buzz around the city. So, but people actually knew it, and it was crazy. Yeah. Shout out to Penny Hardaway. I love the guy.
All right, okay. Shout out to Penny. That's one of my favorite basketball players.
Yeah, I love that man.
So you just shouted out Penny. So I'm guessing Penny gave you the call to come perform.
Yeah, Penny. That's like Penny like my uncle.
Really?
Know? Like that's like I call him uncle. He called me nephew. Like, you know, we had talks. We both cancer, so like we relate. And Penny had been showing a lot of love ever since, you know, before music. And I was playing basketball. He saw something in me, and he just always just like, you know, just treated me like you know what I'm saying, like I was I was blood, you know. So Penny, like I go hard for him, you know, he go hard for me. So it's much love right there.
Okay, so two things I can't let you get by. Like, you just talk about Penny Hardaway like he just one of the guys. Like that's a GOAT. That's a legend. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you blessed, brother. Yeah. So you say you a Cancer. When your birthday?
July 21st.
Okay, so you barely made the cut. I'm a Cancer July 7th.
Yeah. We lit.
Yeah. So you say you met Penny Hardaway. You built a relationship with him, playing basketball. Like, how did that relationship start? And like, what are some key things that he, you know what I'm saying, talked to you about, like taught you and guided you over the years?
So it started by, you know, going against him. You know, he used to coach. He started back coaching at East High School. Not East High School, Leicester Middle School. It's a middle school in Memphis. So I was going to White Station, and we used to play against each other. And like on my team, it was kind of like I was one of the better players on my team, and you know. So when we went against them, you know, it was always kind of like it was one of them rivalries that made you close,
right?
You know, and then you know him and my dad got real close, and then we used to just, you know, he'd come to the house, I'd be like, dang, I pull up, like I wake up or something, a Bentley outside, and Penny at the house, like him and my dad chopping it up, or like then he started inviting me to his house on the weekends with his son, and you know we would just kick it for a little bit, and you know he used to just tell me like, you know, like just be yourself, you know, keep going. Like don't worry about all the accolades and all the write-ups, you know, all the like the write-ups from like the outlets from basketball. Just work hard and do what you got to do to be successful. And them talks went a long way. And every time we played against each other, he showed love, and it was always trap him. But at the end of the game, come here, give me a hug. Like I look like, you know what I'm saying, you got some shoes, like, you know, anything I needed. He would show love. So he's just a kind-hearted person, and you know, I'm a kind-hearted person, and we just kind of clicked. You know, like, that's basically what it was.
Yeah, that's that Cancer shit, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. We got big hearts. We wear our heart on our sleeve. And,
that's facts.
Yeah.
That we good out energy. If the energy good, we gonna treat you like family.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, definitely.
Just to touch on this, like you playing basketball, like did Penny ever tell you like any of his like NBA stories or like any of his like regrets or anything like that? Because you got the game from Penny Hardaway, so I know you done got some juice.
Yeah. Well, you know, I never really just sat down and just picked his brain on basketball stuff, like
really?
from when he played and stuff like that. I never do that. I never do that with anything though. Like even my rapper friends, I never just sit down and talk to them and be like, hey bro, like what happened with this, with music. It's just always just like genuine conversations about life and like investments and goals and stuff like that. I never really asked about like basketball stuff, like how he would. I never asked about that type of stuff. I would
have been asking about what happened with the whole Shaq situation. What you think?
Yeah.
Like, all right. So I'm gonna ask you this question. You're a basketball guy. Do you think Shaq and Kobe was a better two-man, or Penny and Shaq was a better two-man? Penny would have never got hurt.
So I really, like I wasn't watching basketball back then, but when I look at highlights and stuff like that, I like Penny and Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I don't know, that it just was. Kobe and Shaq was great, but I don't know. Penny just, when I watch Penny highlights, I just be like, dang, like this man, like the stuff he used to do, like he's like, I don't know. Penny was just, he amazed me when I watch his highlights. You know what I'm saying? Kobe does too, like he does too, like he was a great player, but it's just like the stuff, like if Penny wouldn't have got hurt, I feel like, bro, dude didn't have no ceiling. You know what I'm saying?
I know that conversation had to come up over dinner. Pop, somebody that
yeah, they probably had that conversation. Me, I don't really be into basketball conversations like that.
True. All right. So we're gonna go back into the performing at March Madness. Like, how did take me through the call and take me through your mindset doing that performance?
So one day, like I said, we was out passing out flyers, and my dad called me. He was like,
Brandon.
It was grinding. My dad called me. He was just like, we performed at the Memphis Madness, and I'm like, stop it. Like, I'm like, shut up. He's like, nah, I just talked to Penny. We performing. So we hype. We rehearsing every day. We at the house rehearsing every day, going to spaces rehearsing. And it's crazy because, every time, you got blessings coming your way, the devil try to intervene.
Okay.
And I think like a day before the Memphis Madness show, we got a call and said, that we might not be able to perform because people didn't think we were ready. They didn't think that we was ready to do it. We should be performing. So we like, man, we've been rehearsing all week. We've been, man, like, what, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and Penny ain't never told me nothing, and it didn't happen. So my dad, like, bro, just y'all just, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take care of it. Y'all just keep rehearsing. You know what I'm saying? He gonna always come through. And literally the day we woke up, the day of the Memphis, the day of the Madness, we woke up, and Penny called my dad, and he was just like, bro, y'all be here. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all performing, be here at this time. Everybody just went crazy, and it made it happen. So we was rushing, getting stuff done. We had to get shirts made. It was rushing. Like, it was, because I don't know, we really had lost hope. Like, between me, my cousin, my sister, my dad, I think he knew, but we had lost hope. We was like, oh, we ain't go. I don't even want to go. I don't even want to be there. So we was rushing, just getting stuff done, getting shirts made, calling people like, hey, come on, we got it. You know what I'm saying? We had to get dancers, everything. So
you had dancers?
We had dancers. We went crazy. Like, after the Madness show, all like the news people, reporters, they ain't tweet about nobody but us. Like, they ain't tweet about Future, Lil Baby. Like, they tweeted about Fresco Trey. Because we put on a show. Like, we had dancers. You know what I'm saying? We went crazy. And the song we did, that was tweeting to Penny saying that, they should make that the team themes. Because it was like going, like, the whole year he was like, we want all the smoke. And the song go like, who want the smoke? Who want the beef? Yeah, I heard they want it with me. So it was like, bro, that's perfect. You know what I'm saying? They should come out to that every day. And it was crazy.
Did they come out to it at least once?
Nah, I don't think so. But, you know what I'm saying? It was good times,
So put on a performance like that, opening for people like Bag and Future and Lil Baby, did any of them stop you and have conversations with you after your performance?
I don't even think they saw it, to be honest, because we performed like way before them.
Okay.
But we was in the same dressing room with them, so we was able to like meet them and chop it up with them. So
okay.
That was cool.
They give you some game?
They just told me to keep going. Everybody tell you to keep going.
Okay.
Just keep going, and timing is everything, which I believe for sure, 100%. Timing is everything.
That is real. So since you've been in this game, like, what would you say is some of your most memorable moments?
My most memorable, I had to say, like, when I went on tour with Post Malone.
Nice.
That was one of the, because before I even met him, that was my favorite artist. Like, before I even started music, he was my favorite artist. So, like, to be able to go on tour with him was kind of like a big thing for me. That was cool, like, being able to,
No, I was gonna say you just can't skip over going on tour with Post Malone.
Nah, yeah, that was it, bro. That was a crazy experience, just seeing that lifestyle. I got a close friend. actually like went to school with him, like middle school and high school with him, grew up with him, and he went to the University of Memphis. So when I was passing out my cards, I met him. You know what I'm saying? I had met him. I passed my card out to him. Then the next day, I had saw him in one of my homegirls' room. I was in my homegirl room just freestyling with my friend who was making beats, freestyling. He walked in. So, but I didn't know who he was. Then I just, you know, I just said what's up to him. Like, I'm the same with everybody. I'm gonna joke with you and laugh and play. But so then when he left, my homegirl was just like, hey, you know, you send him your music. You know, he cool with so and so. So I was like, man, he ain't gonna look at it. Everybody probably do that. So I sent it to him, and he liked it. So he reached back, and we just created a relationship at that point. And then probably like a year later, he had like texted my phone and was like, bro, post like your music. I'm like, post who? He like, post Malone. So I'm like, bet. And then, you know, things kept going up, and he invited me out to tour, and he just invited me to come on the road. He wanted me to see how the lifestyle was, you know what I'm saying? How he thought that I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying? He was like, bro, this is gonna be your lifestyle one day. He's like, I want you to just see it and grasp it and just take in all the moments and really live it up. So that was kind of crazy, you know, for him to just bring me out and want me to just do that, and for him to actually like want me, you know what I'm saying? A kid from Memphis who started this 2018 to just come out and be with him on tour just to like see everything, and you know, so that was kind of crazy for me.
So this is the best friend, or this is Post himself?
So the best friend is who I met, but then Post himself started to reach out and like tell me he wanted me to come on tour, and like
Damn.
all that. So yeah, that was kind of crazy.
What's your most memorable moment being around Post Malone?
Not sleeping. Yeah, that's probably the first time I did that. We went 3 days not sleeping, and I don't smoke or drink, so it's kind of like I'm like, bro, like I'm just up for like 3 days. You know, he had 2 shows. He had 4 shows in LA for the last leg of the tour. I mean, for the last 4 shows of the tour. And he had 2 shows, and then he had like 3 days in between the next 2 shows. So after the second show, we stayed up in 3 days until the next show. So we was just chilling. But the third day, I couldn't hang no more. They had went to go like to pick up a car he had bought or something. And I was like, bro, I'm just gonna stay at the Airbnb and sleep, bro, because I can't, like, literally, I can't think right now. Like, my head hurt. Like, I was just up 3 days, or I couldn't do that. So I stayed there and I slept, and, you know, they came back and we just finished out the tour.
What was he doing up 3 days straight?
Literally, the first day we was just outside talking the whole time. The second day we was playing beer pong. The third day they was, I can't remember what they did the third day. I was asleep. But the second day we was just playing beer pong the whole night. Yeah, they go crazy about that beer pong. They like went and bought a whole big old like trophy. It was like crazy. They spent money on it. I was like, bro, just for beer pong between the guys. I'm like, well, y'all boys crazy. Don't get me.
They was out lit. Did you got any? I mean, before I ask you this question, because I don't want you to get you in no trouble.
Yeah.
Do you got a lady?
Nah.
You got a lady?
Nah.
All right. So did you get into some fun or some trouble with the young ladies while you was on tour?
We won't do no trouble. We won't get in no trouble. We had some fun. We won't get in no trouble though.
You know, I'm talking about good trouble. I ain't talking about bad.
You know, tour life is crazy. I'm gonna just say that. You know, tour life is fun. It's crazy. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. You just gotta be smart. Gotta be smart for sure. Because you can get into some bad trouble. You say good trouble, you can get into some bad trouble easy. You just gotta be smart.
That is facts.
Yeah.
That is facts. Do the girls treat you different? Now that you a rising musician and you've been on tour with Post Malone, do you get different type of attention?
Yeah, it's different for sure. Yeah, definitely. Actually, me and my brother was just talking about that the other day. It's crazy. It's like ever since stuff been going up, it's kind of like, you know, it's not as hard anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's not as hard. It's not as hard. You can like a couple pictures and be in. But it's cool though. Like, I don't really be doing too much. I just be chilling, you know. And, you know, I think the ladies like that. So.
So how do Trey pick up the ladies? Like, what's your go-to move? Like, how do you let them know that you attracted to them and you trying to kick it with them, trying to hang out with them?
I can't tell. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Let the ladies. I'm just playing, but I know. I just, you know, I let them know what I see, what I'm attracted to, you know. And it's either most times they accept it because it ain't no crazy. It ain't nothing crazy. Like I said, I don't do too much, you know. If I like your smile, I like your smile. You know, I tell my people, bro, you don't gotta get no girl by using the craziest punchlines, bro. Conversation rule the nation. You just have a conversation with them. You know what I'm saying? Listen. You ain't gotta do a lot of talking. Just listen.
That's
you know what I'm saying? You listen, then you got them.
Yeah, young player. I already see what's going on. I know what type of temperature you come. I see how you come. So you talk about punchlines. I'm gonna get you with this before we move on. What's the craziest punchline or approach of a woman came to you?
Came to me?
Like how she came at you. What's the craziest way she came at you?
I ain't gonna lie. Look. Me and my dad, every year we do for Christmas, we take care of a lot of kids for Christmas. You know, 200 plus kids for Christmas. And literally this Christmas that we just did it, some girl came up to me. We was passing out gifts. We was at the back of the U-Haul getting the gifts out. And she was like, so what, you Santa Claus? I'm like, nah. I said, he's Santa Claus. I'm just Santa Claus helper. But she was like, well, I want to be Santa Claus helper, little helper. I said, hold on, what you got going, girl? What you got going, girl? But yeah, that was probably one of the craziest ones because it's like she did it right in front of my dad. I ain't never had that happen. Like right in front of my dad. Somebody do that. But that's probably one of the craziest ones. Or, man, I'm trying to see. That's probably one of the craziest ones. Nah, that's some crazy ones. That's one of the crazy ones I can talk about.
Yeah, that you could talk about, man. I can see, man.
DMs be crazy.
You lit. DMs be crazy?
DMs be crazy.
I can only imagine, man. So so it's safe to assume that you let her become Santa Claus helper's helper.
It's not safe to assume that. No, it's not. It's not safe to assume that.
Okay. Listening to your music. Hold on. Good.
Good.
All right, so listening to your music and just, getting a feel for you as an artist, I can see that you kind of you trend towards more of the pop sound, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like coming from Memphis was real trap, was real, just that southern, that hip hop. What made you go towards the pop sound?
I like making music that I like listening to. So I listen to my favorite artists like Post Malone, Justin Bieber, people like that. So
Right.
I kind of just make music that I like listening to. And when I'm back home, I don't really go out. I don't really go out. So I just stay either home or the studio.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really go out too much and be around people. I don't know why. I just ain't never been that type of person. So it's kind of I don't never get sidetracked into being making trap music and stuff like that. I feel like if I was to go out and stuff and be around people, I would probably get sidetracked and start trying to make that type of music. But I don't know. I just stay in my little quarantine bubble and I just make the stuff that I like listening to. And that's kind of how I became that type of artist for real.
Are you
Appreciate it.
Thanks. Are you a fan of trap music?
I listen to it from time to time. I'm not gonna say that's my, my top. I don't just listen to it all the time, but I listen to a couple songs and a couple artists that I like. I got a couple artists that I like that I listen to.
Okay. Cause I guess because the sound that's coming out of Memphis right now, if somebody would have told me that you from Memphis,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't believe it. Cause Memphis coming straight trap hood,
Mm-hmm.
and it's you giving me this whole emo pop sound. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I wanted to dig into what was your inspirations behind that. With that being said, I noticed that with the diversity that's coming out of Memphis and how y'all just getting all this traction, what do you think the Memphis music scene is gonna be like in the next 2 years?
I think the Memphis music scene is gonna be a place to be. It's gonna be a place to be. I feel like that. Everybody doing their own thing, and they making away from themselves. And they doing good. So I feel like it'll be a place to be. And I salute everybody in Memphis that's doing their thing, and all the underground artists that's like me that's coming up. And just keep working. I salute everybody because everybody, they good at what they do. And you said, Memphis is gonna be a place to be. Gonna be one of the places people like, bro, I want to go to Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Because that music scene is popping. Yeah.
So y'all trying to take it from Atlanta?
It's enough room for everybody.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's enough room for everybody. Yeah.
All right. So, who would be your top? If you had to give me the top 5 hottest artists from Memphis right now, who would it be?
Top 5 hottest artists?
Yeah. I ain't from Memphis. I don't know. I'm like, I'm trying to come down there, pull up, do interviews, trying to do a show. Who are the top 5 hottest artists from Memphis right now?
I don't know. That's tough. You got all the old heads. I don't even know. I don't know. Everybody is great. Obviously you got people that's already, it's popping. Like,
What's about this I want the new wave. I know we know the legends, but like who the new wave? Like who's like, this new wave, the new wave of Memphis.
Like people that's not like, that you don't know about?
I mean, you can count the ones that we know about, but just like, I would, like a prime example, I would say somebody like Gotti is an OG. 3 Trip 6, they OGs. You know what I mean? Like, who is the new wave? Like a Pooh Shiesty is the new wave. You know what I'm saying? Big 30. You know what I mean? My homie D Moolah, shout out to him. That's my boy.
That's my dog too.
Yeah, that's my dog. Did an interview with him, numbers going nuts. It's a real dude.
I think that's crazy, but you said that because before I met D Moolah, I think I watched it.
Yeah.
I watched it.
And I had on.
Yeah, it was like, was it on the couch or something?
Yeah.
I watched it and I was like, bro, that's crazy. Cause like literally the next day he hit me up, I was like, bro, I just watched the interview you had. You know what I'm saying? It was the one you did.
Yeah, that's my dog, man. We talked off camera for about like another hour. I rock with bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Small world. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's my man. We talk often. Talk often. It's crazy because like I mess with a lot of the rappers, you know what I'm saying? Even though they're trap rappers, I'm cool with a lot of them because of I'm different, and they respect it. You know what I'm saying? They respect it, and I ain't trying to be on songs saying that I'm going to shoot everybody up and sell everybody weed because that's not me. You know what I'm saying? That's not me. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather just go chill with some women and have a good time, and they respect it. So a lot of the artists mess with me, and I mess with them same way because I respect what they got going. So I can't tell you what to do and not to do. I'll just say be safe while doing it.
And I'm going to say shout out to Pops because you very well media trained because you just curved that top 5 question. I'm going to let you do your thing on that. I'm rocking with it.
Appreciate it. I already know.
So,
won't get me.
What would do you got any music coming with any of them guys?
Yeah, I got music with me and D Moolah got music. Me and Lil Migo got music. Who else I got music with? Who else I got? D Moolah, Lil Migo.
Sosa.
White Sosa. I don't know if y'all heard of YNC Capo. I got some stuff coming out soon. That's about it right now. I done had talks to other people about doing stuff. Like I done had talks with like Pusha Ice and them about doing songs, but it's just the timing. Like I said, the timing ain't been right. So the timing gonna be right whenever the time is right. It's gonna happen, But yeah, that's about it right there.
Okay. That's crazy. Good media train on that question.
It's crazy. I remember one time, like we was I think it was for my Feel Good video. Actually, we was shooting a video and it was like we had like 3 girls that was like in there for the main role, and they would ask me. They was like, I said, which girl you want to choose for the main role? And all 3 of them was right there. And I was like, won't get me. I went to the restaurant. I said, y'all choose. You won't get me. Cause look, it's the start of something right there. Something toxic.
So do you feel like as an artist that you got to be real careful with what you say and do these days because that cancel culture and stuff like that?
Definitely, definitely. Things can be taken the wrong way so fast and so easy. Saying then, it's always like when you're an artist or not even when you're an artist, when you're like a public figure, it's kind of like you expected to, be this type of person. And whenever you do something, it's so easy to just like crash everything down on you. So it's kind of, you got to be on your P's and Q's for sure. You got to have somebody in your corner like my dad that's going to keep you on your game all the time. No matter if it make you mad sometimes or you don't want to hear it, you got to be ready because, you know what I'm saying, the world is cruel. The world is cold, so, and it can affect you.
Do you feel like that's fair?
Not 100%, but it's the life you sign. It's a life you sign up for, you know, and it's the responsibilities that you gotta uphold. So, who cares if it's fair? You know, nobody really care. You know, you gotta do it. So you gotta man up. You gotta put it on your back and do it. So that's what it is.
I feel like I can tell sports played a huge role in your mannerism and just how you approach the whole game.
Yeah, for sure. It taught me a lot.
Yeah.
Taught me a lot.
And speaking of sports, the Ja Morant record. Like, why that ain't on streaming services?
It's really because I made that song just like playing around. And, you know, when we working on it as we speak, but when I made the song, I was just joking around, and when I posted a snippet, it kind of went crazy. Then, you know, Ja Morant started going crazy, and, you know, we never planned to drop that song. Like, it was never a song to plan to be like, hey, we're gonna release this. It just happened. And, you know, it got posted on the NBA TikTok. Shout out to Dylan. And then, you know, we was scrambling trying to get it done. So we still working on it right now to get it everywhere.
You think Ja Morant heard it?
I don't know. He will for sure, but I don't know if he have. I don't see how not, but, you know, people be busy, so I don't know. I don't know.
All right, man. I feel like I could talk to you for hours, man. I'm gonna leave with this question, two things. Have anybody, when I first heard your music and just heard your sound, I know you say Post Malone is a huge influence on you, but have anybody ever said that you, I hate to say compare the artists, but like, are you a fan of St. John at all?
Yeah. I got that. Yeah, I got that before. I get it. I ain't gonna say I get it a lot, but I've got it multiple times. Yeah, I mess with St. John tough.
Like, not everybody's up on St. John yet to compare you to him a lot, but
I don't know why I feel like he bigger than what he actually is. I feel like he way bigger than that though. Like he big, but it's just like you said, everybody don't know him, and I'm like, I don't know how. Like, this man seems so, like, when I listen to his music, I'm like, oh yeah, he gonna be selling out arenas soon.
Yeah, I think he make the sound quality and the sound of his records is like arena sound, big records. So yeah, St. John is cold.
Yeah, he hard for sure. Yeah. I'm actually a fan of his story too. Like, you know how he just like, it took him a while, but he like started off just writing for everybody, like everybody. Like, I was watching an interview the other day about, like, you know, he used to just like go like to I forgot where it was, but him and his team, I used to just go there and just like for like months and just write. And I didn't even know he wrote the record for Beyonce, and that was crazy. Like, so, but yeah, he been doing this thing for a minute. Yeah.
Can you see yourself writing for somebody else? Like, who would you want to write for, and who's the people you would rather write for?
What I want to write for?
Yeah,
I want to write for Post. I would want to write for people like, you know, like Roddy Ricch, or like I want to try to write for people like, you know, Ed Sheeran too, because like, I like Ed Sheeran a lot, you know. I like being in like that poppy space, like probably like Ed Sheeran or something like that. Justin Bieber, I love write for him. I really just write for, you know, anybody. Just if it's in my lane, yeah, for sure.
So, last question for the first interview, because I know we're gonna talk again. In 5 years, where do you see yourself?
I see myself, you know, multi-platinum artist, like whatever, the biggest, you know what I'm saying, the biggest. I feel like I want to see I see myself having my own label, you know. I see myself being able to help other artists, you know, come up and just the right way, you know, and be a real help in the community. I see myself being a boss, you know, having my own label, you know what I'm saying, being able to sign cats, and just being where I want to be with music, for real, just like being able to touch a lot of people, be able to resonate with a whole lot of people than I do now, because I feel like I got the music that people need to hear, because I can relate to a lot of people, you know, relate to a lot of people situational wise. So I just want to be able to touch a whole lot of people, you know. So that's mainly it, just being a boss, bro. Just creating my own label, having my own I already created it, but just having it like up and running and steady, you know, and just being able to sign other artists and be major for sure.
Mm.